Back for some more. Surprised how many characters have their own art. Yeah, it's quite a few characters in this. I don't think we're even like halfway through we're definitely. Well, when I checked earlier, it was like 25% of the characters we had encountered. So we're probably not even close to halfway yet. This is gonna be like a 60-hour game probably. At this rate, unless they suddenly start like dumping a lot more people on us. I guess we can check if we go to the... Is there a way of going to the main screen from here? But... Try to type... I didn't show you the difference between encounter scenes type 1 and type 2, but... Cruise scenes... Probably just make this quick. I keep it normal, I can easily just fast forward it anyways. If you like visual novels, this one definitely feels more visual novel than RPG, right? I mean, it's definitely an RPG. Like your characters get experience, level up their stats, which makes your ship stronger. You upgrade your ship with different parts. You get multiple ships in your fleet, etc. But the combat's it's like secondary. Like the combat is just there, and it's fairly fast, usually quick, fairly easy. Most of it is just like. You're just having all these different scenes, these different cutscenes and stuff. So it's definitely more visual novel. It's mostly story, mostly character building. So many characters. Yeah, it's an interesting story. It's a fun story. Characters are good. Lots of weird stuff going on. Wow, it's beautiful. What makes it look like that? According to the guidebook, when the magma from a volcano erupts and is cooled suddenly by the thin atmosphere, it causes something to turn into tourmaline crystals. It does by covering the ground and giving it that appearance. Huh. I don't really get all that. All I know is it sure is pretty. Isn't it, though? It's beautiful. The tavern. Welcome, what can I get for you? Hold on, I got a question for you first. You're holding a big convention on this planet now, right? Can you tell me where it is? Oh, you mean the trade convention? I think they're having it at the trade hall in the center of the dome. There's supposed to be all kinds of VIPs coming to it. Security's really been ramped up. They won't let regular folks like us anywhere near the place. Let's go check out this trade hall. I don't know how close we'll be able to get. True, but we need to at least go get some recon in any case, right? Yeah, I guess you're right. We picked up a dress for Nina in that shop. Wonder if we're ever going to have a chance to, try that. A great number of guards are positioned all around the building and imposing display of security. They're going to let us just walk in there. Shh. Look, someone's going to the entrance. As they peer up between some plants, Nia, Lachlan, and Yuri see an air car pull it in front of the gate. A man and a woman step out of the car, both dressed in formal attire. Oh, maybe we'll get to use right now. After speaking to the guards briefly, the smiling couple enters the building. Huh, so checking IDs, are they? I guess you really got to be a big shot to get in a place like that. Well, that leaves us out. Yeah, I guess it does. And it looks like there's a dress code too. Must be some kind of she party. We're never getting dressed like this, even if we were somebody. I've got a pack of 50 boxers, of striped boxers. We also have a dress for Nia. Psst. Hey, Yuri. As soon as Yuri arrives at the top of the scenic tower, Seiko puts an arm around his shoulder and steers him aside. What, you want to talk in private? Yeah, about something important. First, I got a question for you. You and Kira are just, brother and sister, right? What else would we be? Okay, good. You won't mind if I ask her out, would you? Of course not. Hey, wait a minute. Keep it down. Oh, sorry, but are you really serious about this? You bet. I liked her from the first time I saw her. I don't like loud, aggressive women. Kira's just perfect. It's the kind of girl I'd want to marry someday. Marry? You gotta be kidding me. She's way too young for that. I know. I just said someday, didn't I? Anyway, that's what's up, bro. You think you and the rest of the crew could just kind of get lost? Leave the two of us alone? The view here is pretty sweet. It's the perfect date spot, you know? Alright, fine. Yeah, he's 16. Pretty much. I think he's exactly 16. Alright, fine, I give up. But if she wants to come back, better bring her back right away. Don't stay out too late, you got it? You got it, don't worry, man. I keep my promises. Oh boy. Huh? Where's Yuri and the others? Oh, they had something to do back on the ship. In that case, I better get going back too. No, they said you should just take your time and enjoy the scenery. It's not like you get the chance to check out an awesome place like this every day. I suppose. Aw, don't worry about it, Kira. If Yuri needs you, he's gonna get in touch. Oh, okay. I guess you're right. I wonder if Kira and Seiko are still here. I don't want to spy on them. I better turn back. Force security around the hall is tight. Nobody gets in without a proper ID. Please leave immediately. There's got to be somebody to pass the security check. Anyway, let's just go check out this trade hall. Need some ID. Here are the spaceports filled to the brim with VIP luxury passenger ships. I caught a glimpse of some of the female VIPs, and I have to say, even the beauty of Zephyro pales in comparison. I wish ladies like that would look at me. My life would be a lot easier if I had a rich, gorgeous wife. You're shipping out already? But Kiri isn't back yet. He's not? Look how late it is. Seiko isn't here either. Do you think something happened to them? Why, that little... Aw, I'm gonna go get him myself. I'm sure there's nothing to worry about. Huh? Look at this view forever. I think you better be getting back. It's getting kind of late. Oh, right. Should we go then? Okay, but can we talk a little bit first? There's something I want to ask you, Kira. What's that? I don't like to mince words, so I'll just get straight to the point. Okay. I like you, Kira. I want you to have my children someday. Jeez, dude. Laying on a bit thick there. That look on her face. What? Yeah. Not just one or two or anything like that. I was talking about lots and lots of babies. Like maybe 10 or even more. What do you say, Kira? Are you game? Are you kidding me? Ow. Hey, wait. What did I say? Hehehe, a tender, heartbreaking scene. I feel sorry for you, boy, I really do. But now that you're alone, looks like your luck is about to get even worse. Huh? Who the goose are you? Name's Oisin. Oisin, I'm here to take your life. Huh? You're about nowhere sprouting garbage. What, are you off your rocker, you freak? Hehehe, yes. Might not be as a big sword. You may not be entirely right in the head. There's nothing wrong with my arm. Huh? Damn that Seiko. Doesn't have any idea what time it is. I'm really gonna let him have a piece of my mind. Huh? What's going on? Hehehe, take that. Ah. Hehehe, that tattoo in your chest. It's just as I suspected. Huh? You know this mark, then you must mean you're... No way. Hehehe, that's right, my dear. I'm your... Seiko. Oh, Yuri. You don't see the mark on his chest? Tut-tut. Just when this is starting to get fun. Settle this some other day, shall we, Seiko? Hey, Cruz, he got away. Who was that? The villain for Yamamoto? Yeah. No, I don't know. Just some weirdo passing by. The spot where the mysterious man was standing, Yuri and Seiko see a scrap of black paper laying on the ground. Hey, what's this? Must have dropped it. Finders keepers, huh? Yuri picks up the scrap paper and puts it in his pocket. Black pass. We get to go to the Black Bazaar now. Hey, wait a minute. Where's my sister? Hey, come on, Seiko. Don't mess around. Well, she went back without me. She went back without you? What do you mean? I told her how I felt about her. Told her I wanted her to have all my children someday. All that sort of stuff. And then I don't know what happened, but I kind of think that maybe she got scared off. That would be enough to scare anybody off, springing that on her out of the blue like that. Huh? Really? Where I'm from, that's just what a guy says when he tells a girl he likes her. You know, I've been meaning to ask you something. Where exactly are you from, anyway? Tell you someday. Not now, though. Oh, okay, whatever. Guess we better head back. Yeah, alright. We go see the... Go back to the hospital, maybe? And we can probably get some VIP badges or something from, you know, rich girl. There's a hospital in the area, but apparently nobody knows anything here either. Knows anything about what? But Servonen. Since I heard about Tatiana's brother, I've been trying to research a cure. And we never know. Someday we might try to pull something like that kind of thing again. Servonen is developing a large Magellanic cloud, right? Yes, that's right. It must have been a country where that was incredibly advanced in the study of cranial nervous systems. Highly specialized knowledge, I'm afraid, but nonetheless, I'm not going to give up. Trade hall. Oh, maybe this black pass. That'll give us a new, Cranial had like one guild, so maybe there's another guild there. Yep, Black Bazaar. He shows the black pass to the merchant. As if to say, follow me, the merchant thrusts his chin out and starts walking. Party follows the merchant and arrives at a gloomy, sour-smelling alley. Okay, now what do you want? As long as you got the money, I can get you anything for you. I mean anything, if you know what I'm saying. What, you only choose IDs? Can you get us some IDs? Merchant IDs? Yeah, if possible. Important people IDs. You know, bigwigs. You know, wait just a minute here. You're not really gonna... Hush, Yuri. Well, can you do it for me or not? Yeah, of course I can do it. I told you, I can get you anything. What, do you have the wax in your ears? For rich people's IDs. When you got status, your IDs are going to have at least 2 or 3 security features on them, you know? You won't make it through the door unless you can give me a really good example for me to copy from. It's an example, huh? Now we gotta go with the... Go see the hospital, I'm assuming. This is a hospital. Can you borrow your ID for a minute? Katia Lenko is sitting up in bed laughing with Nicola Garni. Hey, that's right. You're a member of the Lenko family. You must have some kind of ID, don't you? ID? What makes you ask me that? There's a trade convention being held in the sector right now. We need to have your ID to get in. I think Grandpa attended that trade convention once a few years back. Yes, that's right. It was 5 years ago. In that case... Wait a minute. What do you think a Lenko family ID would guarantee you entry into that convention? I might think you I think you might need to have an original ID with you. Original ID? What do you mean? I only have a copy of my ID on me right now. I left the real one at home. I didn't want to get stolen, you know? Oh, right. No, don't be so discouraged, Yuri. But they'll let us in even if I go there in person. I'll just go with you. But you can't go in your condition. Completely better now, right, Mr. Garney? Yes, you do seem fine now, and they did give us several months' supply of ampules, so you'll be alright in that regard. Really? Well, in that case... Cool. Now can we go get the... Yeah, came back, but he didn't get put back in his spot. He was, chief accountant, I believe. Katita. She's good at absolutely nothing. Not a surprise, I guess. I don't know, do we have a spot and control anywhere? Give me your radar operator. Or an assistant operator. Yeah, you can be an assistant operator. What's you guys again? Both those ideas gotta give me a really good example to copy from. You're a Kashana merchant, aren't you? Can't you pull a few strings, make it happen somehow? Oh, give me a break. I'm a merchant, not a magician. Why don't you use mine then? Lenko takes out a copy of her ID. Miss Lenko, do you really think? This is my decision to make, Yuri. Or Yuri obviously needs my help here. What you do is a fine example. Won't you agree? I'll pay your fee, whatever it is. Please have the IDs made up immediately. Well, well. A Lenko family ID, eh? It's quite a kicker. Just hang on for a little while. If she has a copy of her ID, like, you think the copy wouldn't have, like, any of the security features the original ID would? Christian goes to the back of the shop and returns about 30 minutes later. Holds 4 IDs in his hand. Here you go. Made them out for the members of the extended Lenko family. Working for the Lenko Interplanetary Liaison Department. Won't ask what you're going to use them for, but I can pretty much guarantee that nobody's going to find out with these. Katita, are you sure about this? I already said this is my decision. It's what I want to do, and I'll do it. Besides, it's kind of exciting, like we're spies or something. As long as you're sure. I really appreciate this, Katita. How old is Katita? She's probably like 14 or something like that. I guess we can find out. We'd have to go back to the title screen, though. Oops. Load. We have 38% of people, so we're at least 1/3 of the way through the game now. At least in terms of the people, but with the cosmic stuff, 26%. I mean, unless they... I mean, maybe some of these... A lot of these may be missable. I don't know. Like, I don't know how the cosmic stuff works. Like, sometimes I'm just flying between two places and you find the cosmic stuff. Maybe you have to go back and forth sometimes. Everything else seems to be about the 1/3 mark, though. So... Except for the fighters, but... They haven't really given us a lot of fighters yet. Just 37... Beneco. Goodness was 49. Damn. Older than I thought he was. He was a little bitch. That's what he was. Seagulls was 16. I thought he was like 18 or something like that. That's 35. Ian is 15. It's 15. She's just like slightly younger than Yuri. Yuri's 14. It's kind of creepy. 16 for the 16-year-old Seiko. Popeye is 35. Six. Yeah, Nia being like 23. She looks like she'd be like in her late 20s or something. Or acts like she's in her late 20s. Nobella was 27. Special office manager. Like, oh, I wonder if we'll meet her again. Mrs. Longface there and Longface. He's 20? Dude, it's a rough 20. Freelance zero-G dog who travels the cosmos. His manner of speech is a bit odd, but he's very skilled in combat. For his own mysterious reasons, he tenaciously attempts to hunt Seiko down with the clear intention to kill him. $58. That's a rough 58, jeez. $21. 52. How old is Redimir? 49. He's like 3 years older than him. Seberov? Ziptro, 25. He's 22. 18 for Tatiana. I suppose Tatiana's... Weren't they like childhood friends? I guess she was the older sister kind of figure for Tarlo. Valentin's 33. And Yuri's 16. Right. It's my tease. Is that dress we got her? Wow. She's actually wearing clothes for once. What do you think? Not too shabby, eh? Nia Lockling is wearing the party dress Yuri bought for her at the White Bazaar. Wearing the fancy dress and with her hair styled elegantly, Nia looks like a completely different person. What's the matter, kiddo? Getting over my stunning good looks? Oh, I was just thinking about how much a person can transform if they have the right outfit. It's kind of scary. Well, with our IDs, and if we're dressed like this, we shouldn't have any trouble getting in there. So, just like you said, the 4 IDs will be used by you, Katita, Seiko, and me. Right. The boys will go in as our bodyguards. Kind of a stretch, but at least it explains why you're dressed that way. Once we're inside, we split up and search for the LMC bitwigs that look like they might listen to reason. Everybody got it? Got it. Okay then. Shall we proceed then? Master Yuri, would you be so kind as to escort me? Huh? Oh yeah. You'd think that Katito would be pretty jealous right now. Ah, what beautiful young ladies. Just as one would expect from the distinguished Lenko family. I would like to invite both of you to take a cruise on my private ship later. As soon as the party enters the hall, Katita, Lanko, Nia, Lockling, and a swarm of various predatory young men, Nia especially receives the admiration of various men, as she plays the part of a refined young lady perfectly. Doesn't look like Nia will be able to get herself out of this for a while. I better go by myself and find someone who'd be willing to listen. Old man in blue. You're not really a member of the Lenko family, are you? What? I happen to know the Lenko family very well, including all of its extended branches. I don't recall ever seeing a young ruffian like you amongst its members. Oh, well, I know what you're up to, young man. You better not get in the way of our business negotiations. But Omen gives Yuri a stern look and then walks away. He's not going to report me. Well, so you're members of the extended Lenko family, are you? I'm Misho Compasso. The Compasso Corporation is thinking about exporting to the small Magellanic Cloud in the future. The Ilgavan central government will quickly reconsider its stance on the exchange rate agreement. Uh-huh, right. That would do me much good to tell a guy about the Govelian threat. Huh? Yuri suddenly notices that in the corner of the hall, Seiko is talking to a man who is dressed in black. The man appears to be about 10 years older than Yuri and Seiko. He carries himself with a poise and dignity. What the man is saying must be very interesting, because Seiko appears to be listening with rapt attention. Hey Seiko, who's this? Oh Yuri, you got perfect timing. We're just talking about you. So you're Yuri, are you? My name is Bastion Schneiser. I'm the captain of the Royal Fleet of the Republic of Regenland. Regenland, sir? Regenland is one of the most powerful military nations in the LMC. It's known for its great military officers. The captain was just telling me a little bit about the navigation, leading fleets and stuff. I'm really learning a lot. Haha, will you flatter me? So you two are trying to work your way up in the rankings, is that right? Yes, we're traveling together now, but we're really more like rivals, eh? I guess just about sums it up. What do you think, Captain Schneiser? In your opinion, which of us would make a better captain? Seiko. Hey, when will we get a chance to hear the opinion of a brilliant officer like this again? Don't you want to know too? Yeah, I guess I'm a little curious. It's a very difficult question. But based on what you told me so far, I suppose I'd have to say... Yuri would make a better captain. What? Get out of here. Me? Of course, I only judge based on your situations at the moment. Although you've told me just now. Why me? Well, it sounds like Yuri's relationship with his crew is one of trust and reliance. Whereas Seiko at the moment only seems to think of his crew as personnel to run his ship. That's the main difference I see. The effective management of a ship requires a large number of people working together in cooperation. A ship run by the strength of only its captain doesn't pose much of a threat to enemy, I'm afraid. Ha! I guess that's one way of looking at it. Thanks for your opinion, man. Hey, Seiko. Gotta get some air. Excuse me, I must be tired or something. Hey, Seiko. He turns his back to them and gives a wave of his hand and disappears out into the garden. I'm afraid I hurt the young man's feelings. I'm terribly sorry about that. We Rickenlanders have a habit of expressing ourselves rather bluntly at times. No, not at all. I'm sorry about Seiko. This might be a good person to talk to. Schneiser? Yes, Yuri? There's somebody I'd like you to meet. Hmm? And that's the whole story. I have a copy here of the data that was recovered. Beautiful. You need to talk to the blonde woman first, though. Yuri brings Nina Locklane to talk to Bastion Schneiser. When she's through, the captain stands reflecting, his arms folded. And are there the Central Galvan forces acting on this? Well, in their own way. We're seriously underestimating the threat, though. Yes, I agree that, if what you're telling me is true, underestimating the enemy would be very dangerous indeed. Can you tell me how you know so much about the Lugovalian Empire? Well, I don't. It's quite alright. I'm well-mannered enough to know not to press a lady when she doesn't want to talk about something. Having a Recklandic soldier would be so brutish. So do you believe us, Captain? I don't think it should be a matter of whether I believe you or not. A person talks about belief, personal opinions, biases, and agendas are always involved. No, I think this should be a matter of objectivity. I want to have this data analyzed and find out about the truth for myself. It's fine with me. Here, I'll give you this copy, and you can have it thoroughly checked out yourself if you want. Alright, thank you. Appreciate it. This Lugovalian Empire, as you described it, I imagine will pose a very large threat to the Odyssey as well. Sorry to say that you're probably exactly right. Alright, keep talking to people. What's the matter with you? One woman is scolding her attendant. Better not try to talk to her now. By the way, how's the president of Lanko warship manufacturing doing? I lost my chance to talk to that blonde woman. He was starting a campaign of exchange between Novinasio and Kalimdos. Yes, that's right. He sent his granddaughter, Katina Lanko, to Kamnor recently. A fine, upstanding young lady she is, involved in international politics like that. At such a young age. Yes, indeed, I'm very impressed. How did it go? Any luck? I don't know. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I did everything I could. I think it went well. I better get Katita back to her grandpa pronto. I still want to travel with you guys. Katita, we talked about this. I know, but I can't blame a girl for trying. Alright, I need to reload just to see if that blonde woman has any sort of dialogue or whatever. Or maybe like a character portrait or whatever. Okay. I guess blonde woman doesn't ever have anything. I really wish there's like an easy reset option. Whereas on the original DS, you would just, like, turn off the DS and turn it back on. Wouldn't have to go through, like, a menu like the 3DS, so be relatively quick. Yeah, that's true. I mean, of course, you have your standard protagonist who's, like, this young kid that's somehow, like, you know, like, this awesome captain or whatever, but that's still a little kinda weird, but Final Fantasy 12 with its, shoehorn protagonist. Yeah. Yeah, the plot in this one is definitely, like, better than your standard RPG of, like I said, just the one, this kid that becomes, like, this all-powerful dude that goes kill a god, and this one has more, substance. Of course. I don't think anybody would disagree with you. Alright. I guess we just bring... They want us to bring Katita back now? Supposedly. Point going back to the trade hall. Yeah. Slinko, when we get back to Nova Ignacio, you'll have to catch me up on the large Magellanic cloud language studies. There's still National history to attend to as well. But I don't want to go home. Slinko, Master Yuri isn't here to chauffeur you around, you realize. He was on his way to the large Magellanic cloud, but now he's being nice enough to take you home first. Do you think I know that? Sheesh, Mr. Garney, don't lose your hair over it. What? Alright. Let's go. Is anything here? Nothing. Alright, we're going to be passing by Vasta again. Set shield output to... Hey, Yuri! Oh, hi, Seiko. Where have you been? What do you mean, where have I been? What do you think you're doing? Take a T to Lenko back to Nova Ignacio. Oh yeah, right. You're not fooling me. Going over, so stop the ship. What's the matter with Seiko? Sounds mad. Pull alongside the Rudianos. I'll go wait for him in the pressure chamber. Wait, I'm going with you. Seiko, what's the matter? What do you think you're doing? Coward, what did you do? Lose your nerve? Huh? What do you mean, you're going back? I thought you were going to go onto the LMC with me. Take it easy, Seiko. I'm just going to take Katita home. So that's the way you really feel, huh? What the goose are you talking about? I thought you wanted to go on a faraway planet and work your way up the ranks, just like me. What, did the enemy in this sector scare you off or something? Is that what you're making up lame excuses to sneak off home? Seiko, I'm trying to keep calm, but if you keep talking trash like that, what are you going to do? Draw on me, huh? You're nothing but a weak-kneed coward, Yuri. I wonder if Fibra said what she did. She saw right through you, you gutless wimp. Seiko, enough. You think you got a chance in gruesome beating me? You really got to work on that attitude, Seiko. You look down on everybody around you. Oh, yeah, right. Like you don't look down, or you didn't look down on me after what Captain Schneiser said. What? Of course I didn't. I saw it in your face. You felt sorry for me. And what about you? When people said all that stuff, you had a look of total superiority on your face. I've had this attitude ever since we got to the Magellan Extreme. You didn't think I could hold my own. You thought that you had to help me out in battle, didn't you? Well, that's true, ain't it? You twisted sister complex sicko. What are you doing, trying to act all tough in front of Kira? What? You're just making up that crap because Kira didn't want to have anything to do with you. Why you? Why you son of a... Yuri. I'm okay. Tisk. Was all ready to go. Was ready to go anywhere with you. You can just forget about that now. Alright, you can join my harem too, jeez. Everybody join Yuri's harem. Yuri, what happened? Rudianos is leaving. Let it leave. But let it leave. Hey, what are you getting mad at me for? Okay, now do we have to go back and, like, before we go any further, let's set our fleet back to something where we can actually... Oh, I guess we can't go back. That'll be fun. Go to the RG sector now. I don't think we had access to that before. I don't know if I should just escape because we're only gonna have... Yeah, we're only have 2 fleet ships here.
Unit 3.
It's going well. Yeah, I don't think we have a chance without the other ship, do we? Never checked to see how much damage we're actually doing to it, but well, that's what I mean, right? Like, that ship was my formation, so... But I'm pretty sure that ship was doing, like, all the damage. I don't think any of my other guys were actually doing damage. And I was never checking, because I was just, like, fast-forwarding through the battles, so... That thing was way stronger than the rest of my party. Oops. So in other words, don't do any fighting after he leaves. Luckily, it doesn't seem like any of the battles are, like, no escape, so... Just no melee. I tried to go back after it left, but the game's like, no. We should get past the vast area. Deploy all heat radiation plates. Return shield output to normal. Roger. Ow. Okay, did Seiko really hurt you? No, I'm fine. Just keep an eye out for the debris. We don't want these heat plates to get damaged. Alright. Guild Castano. What's this? You couldn't stay awake, could you? Going onto the Large Magellanic Cloud. Myself. Gotta pick up a few things, though. Oh, really? Well, this ought to get interesting. Huh? Don't know if you know this or not, but there's a certain fellow that has it in for you. Huh. Tell me you're talking about that slithering creep Oisin. Yes, that's the one. He came here. Wanted me to tell him where you were. I told him you were headed for Nova Nashio. What? What did you do that for? Now don't get your feathers all in a ruffle. You offered me a good chunk of G. Who was I to say no to that? Besides, how was I supposed to know you were coming back alone? It's probably chasing after the Yuri kid ship as we speak. Stupid old hag. Ah. You aren't no woman, I cut you right now. Eek. Huh? What's the matter, Kira? It's just a flash, but I thought I got a guide beacon reading. Here, take a look, Nia. Yep, you're right. Let's see here on the record, too. Maybe there's a port nearby. There's nothing like that in the charts, though. The charts aren't very reliable when it comes to the frontier like this. You're better off believing what you actually see. There's a port. It should be great. We've been traveling for a while, and everybody's tired. I can get a general read on the direction. Should we look for it? Stupid. Yuri, did you find it? Yes, it's a little planet out towards Z224. I'm definitely getting a guide beacon reading. Huh? Hey Kira, look in the sector of the old chart data. Alright. Oh, look at this. That's the one. Colonization planet L3376. It was abandoned 120 years ago when the contagious disease Empress broke out there and spread like wildfire. You think this spaceport still works? Well, CTA is all run on AI. The spaceport is set up. It can pretty much keep running on its own forever. And I guess I ought to be able to land and check it out. That kind of explains why we had some places where there was like literally no population, but the spaceport is still fine. Escape. I should get to the Void Gate. I just want to see what's over here, because this isn't the Void Gate we need to take. This is just like... I'm just curious if this Void Gate actually works. Huh? Yuri, there's a large ship ahead, and it's preparing to attack. What type of ship is it? I don't know. I'm not getting any data on it. Maybe this is where we needed to go. I don't know. Anyway, we'll go back. Hehehe. Looks like I found you at last, Seiko, my dear. Huh? You? Oh my. You're at Seiko, are you? So he's working for you now, is he? Huh? What are you talking about? Seiko is... Torlo. Huh? Whatever. In any case, Seiko is somewhere on your ship, I'm sure of it. It's too much of a bother to look for him, so I'll just wipe all you out instead. Cut us off. Yuri, why did you just tell him Seiko's not here, man? That guy came all the way from Zephyr looking for Seiko. Can't just let him go. Try to take care of him here. Yuri, the enemy's just launched something. Are those missiles gonna have missiles inside? They are. All the missiles. What in the... Tisk. Mobile mines. Mobile mines? Yeah, they took on our unmanned fighters and remade them into mines that attack by seeking out the enemy's inflation emissions. If we bump into one of them by accident, it'll blow that way too. Nasty little buggers. So we can't even move? That's right. We just gotta shoot them down. Got it. All hands, prepare for anti-air combat. So can I move since those guys are like... No, I can't move. But I didn't have a choice. I mean, maybe if I went to the abandoned, I could put one in. But once the guy leaves my party, I can't go back to. I wasn't able to go back to a planet. So good. Well, I have all the mines cleared away in just a little while. Yuri, the enemy is getting ready to go fire again. More mines. There's no end to them. Damn, it's just gonna keep at it. But that abandoned thing might have been a place to like set up my fleet, but. I just assumed, I didn't think this place was the direction we had to go, so I wanted to go check over here first. What's this? Eek. Seiko's back. I've been hit, so he has backup, does he? Hey, I'm the one you want, right, you slime? Seiko, you were hiding on me, you naughty thing. Put my friend's in danger. Now you're gonna pay for it. Damn you, foolish boy. Yuri, it's the Rudianos. I see. The mines are all taken care of. Now we're ready to do some real battle. Hooray! $7,200. Sweet. Inconceivable. I lost? Can't be. Who needs 3 ships? So we did it somehow. Yuri, Seiko's gonna leave. Hey, there he goes. Yuri, don't you want to talk to him? Nah. It would just be words. It would just be words. Can even remodel and shipyard everything here. Alright. Let's edit my fleet for now until he joins back again. Pretty burnt down, but it looks like the facility is still running on AI. Well, the orbital elevator doesn't work. Which is fine by me. I mean, who wants to visit a place chock full of contagious disease? They found a cure for the disease that broke out here a long time ago. Empress, it was called. That doesn't change the fact that it would just be plain creepy. Besides, now it's just a ghost town, right? Yes, that is true. Alright, so yes, the whole point of coming here is just basically to rebuild your fleet after the buddy leaving. Luckily we didn't need it. So I'm assuming this void gate here was not the void gate. Yeah, we can't even go to that void gate. I know it's the one we came in from. Definitely still can't handle these other ships without him. Nova Fringe. Nova we're finally back in Nova. Look, Mr. Garney, we're home. Yes, yes. Feels good to be back, doesn't it, Miss Lenko? I was just able to contact your grandfather. He'll be waiting for us on Nejo. The Lanso Warship Manufacturing Headquarters. Really? You hear that, Yuri? Yes, I did. We're going straight to Nejo then. Yuri, I'm getting an IP communication in. It's from Ensign Papas. Ensign Papas? Hey, that's right. I got to tell him that Katita is safe. Patch me through to Kira. Roger. There you are, Yuri. I've been looking all over for you. Ensign Papas, we're just about to deliver Katita to Lenko Warship Manufacturing. She's here with us, and she's fine. Oh, she is? I'm glad to hear that. Is she there nearby? Yes, you want me to put her on? No, that's alright. I'm actually gonna need your help again. You will? What's going on? I can't explain it all over IP, but we the people of Kalimnos really need your help. Once you deliver Miss Lenko, would you come to the Sector Security Agency in Kalimnos? Okay, sure. Thank you. We'll be waiting for you. Hey, hold on. That's kind of urgent, huh? Yeah, I wonder what it's all about. 3 weeks ago, the Urbis sector above colony planet, whatever. The incident began. Fosco Wood exploration ship. What? These parts that go so fast. Anything that's like auto advanced is like, yeah, good luck trying to read it. Check the CTA. Yes, sir. Who knows has already completed the filing procedures and right of ownership. Tisk. The Barbians beat us to it, did they? It would have been a perfect planet for colonization. Yes, it really is too bad, sir. They only have discovered 10 years ago. Ah. Anyway, there's nothing we do now. On to the next solar system then. Try to find as many planets as we can. Plan to have it. Captain, no, 10 ships, but... And as in Kalimnin possession according to planetary law, unauthorized intrusion within 3,000 whatever. Important blah 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 blah. These Kelms think there are anyway. Captain, we'd never be able to stand up to that many ships. Requesting permission to take a preemptive strike. Calm down. I'm sure they don't want to start a war any more than we do. We're not going to antagonize them. Withdraw immediately. Captain Shippo. And Shippo really upgraded from Inuyasha. But sir... Captain, there's another Kalimnian ship, 12 o'clock. We're being surrounded. Damn it, those barbarians think they're gonna sink us on the spot. Calm down, I tell you. Check the ship type. Thanks for this new planet. Oh, crap. War. It is now war, I guess. Might 5 battleships. I still only have 3 ships in my fleet. Feels like we should be like up to 4 at this point. Nijo. I did. I have all 3 ships right now. Yeah, I went back to that abandoned planet. Yeah, probably. Like, I doubt it'd be something like you would just have to find, like, some random event. Like, most likely, something like a fleet increase would be definitely story. Like, you have to, like, talk to somebody, and then they give it to you. The Nova Nation military just put a huge order to Lenko warship manufacturing the other day. The other huge fleets of transport ships are coming from the Cashtano, too. It all has something to do with what's going on in the Irvis sector. Hey Yuri, what do you think about this? Yuri's sitting with crew members when Katita Lenko rushes over to them and grabs him by the arm. Well, what is it, Katita? Lenko warship manufacturing owns just about every planet in the sector, you know? In fact, I just got a star system as a present for my last birthday. Wow, a whole star system just for you. Oh yes, I guess I'll have about 10 of them now. I get one every year. 10? So Yuri, you want one too. I could ask my grandpa to give you one. Doesn't every zero-G dog want some planets for all their very own? I mean, to be the feudal lord of your own dominion. That'd be kinda cool. No thanks, I don't need anything like that. Huh? Why not? You don't want your own planet? I don't want to be a feudal lord, and besides, if I wanted my own planet, I'd go look for one myself. That's what I have my own ship for. I see. Geez, Yuri. You're a tough guy to shop for. Alright, Katita. You don't have to get me anything. Are you sure about that? Yeah, buy me like a super awesome ship. Yeah, that stuff was hot, wasn't it? I think I lost any weight in that all that heat? Nope. Seven patrons look really fired up. I guess rumors must be true. What rumors? Rumors that Nabanash and Kalimnos are going to war over the Irvis sector. Oh, come on. I don't think Mr. Lenko would ever let that happen. I don't know about that. War isn't usually something that a single person can stop. Not even a man such as with as much influence as Mr. Lenko. Neho. Where the hell do you pronounce that? It's hard to tell with all these different languages. Language inspirations. Male patron. Yeah, those Callums really pissed me off. They set up that phony bacteria line and even imprisoned our people. I had my own fleet. I'd destroy any of those dirty little Callum bastards. That's what I wrote on the net anyway. Maybe I wouldn't really do anything in real life, though. Heard on the news that they're going to war with Kalimnos. I've always heard that Kalimnians are brutal and violent. I'm really scared about this. Neho was built on Lenko warship manufacturing money, you know. This tavern is under Lenko management, too. Ms. Lenko herself hand selects all the food and drink here. I hope you'll enjoy some of the finest taste available in the entire small Magellanic cloud. The party sends in the reception desk. They are respectfully ushered to the top floor immediately. There, an older man with a head full of slippery white hair is waiting for them. Grandpa! Katita, my beautiful princess. Thank goodness you're home again and safe. Lenko runs to the man, who envelops her in his arms, tears shimmering in his wizened eyes. Clearly this man is none other than Yosefo Lenko. Katita, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have sent you to the Kalimnos like I did. No, I'm perfectly fine. Captain Yuri kept me in a safe the whole time. Yes, I heard about this fine young man. He's a captain. So which one of you is Yuri? Here he is, sir. How do you do, sir? I'm Yuri, captain of the Barad. You're Yuri, eh? I'm Yosefo Lenko, president of Lenko Warship Manufacturing. I can't tell how grateful I am to rescue my granddaughter and brought her back home to me safe. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. Grandpa, don't just thank him with words, you have to give him a reward. I'd like him to be able to buy a bigger ship if he wants to. Tia. Haha, yes, my dear, I didn't forget. Captain, there is a hotel nearby, run by Lenko Enterprises. I'd like to talk to you there and give you a proper thank you. Alright, well, I guess this is goodbye for now, Katita Lanko. It's been real. But you'll come back for me soon, right? You promised you'd take me along with you on your travels. Yeah, I know I did, but that's only if your granddad says it's alright. Okay, I know. Fine. Well, I guess it's goodbye for now then. Yeah, see you around, Katita. No, not Nicolau Garney. How come he can't stay? When the party arrives at the hotel, they are shown to a room without even having to give their names. Lenko is in the corner of the room, staring at the navigational map of Nova Lacio. You know Nova Nacio's history, young man? Pardon me? Many decades ago, about half the planets in Nacio and the large Magellanic Cloud were wiped out in a starburst phenomenon. Our ancestors evacuated here to the small Magellanic Cloud in Nacio. Oh wow, is that right? You should have learned that sort of thing in elementary school, Tarbo. I never went to elementary school. Much for suffering the hardships of crossing the Magellanic Stream, our forefathers finally arrived here in Nejo. That is how Nejo became to be the capital of the planet of Nova Nacio. But later, with the constant threat of Kalimnos, our capital was moved further back, the planet of Arconejo. Did you call us here to tell us history, stories, or what? No. The reason I asked you to come here, of course, is so I may thank you for taking care of my granddaughter, Katita. Please, have a seat. Leave the room. Thank you again, Captain, from the bottom of my heart, for what you did, my dear Katita. You're a true hero. This is just a small token of my appreciation. 20,000 G's written on the currency card, and Josefo Lanso rolls out to Yuri. Oh, that's a lot of money. I don't know what to say. Go ahead, take it, Yuri. You say that the baby girl of the Lanko family, one of the most influential families in the nation. It's a fair amount when you think about it. He's absolutely right, Captain. Unless you wish to imply that my Katita isn't even worth this much money? No, of course not. Thank you very much, Mr. Lanko. Yeah, we can buy two new ships now. That's not all you've got to say. Why don't you just come out and say whatever you really asked us here for and get it over with, huh? You'd like me to come straight to the point, would you? I'm a businessman. I can appreciate that. Good. We don't got time for chit-chat. Alright, fine. Let me be frank then. Captain, I would very much like if you and your crew were to ally themselves with Nova Nacio in the upcoming war. War? You're going to war? With who? About 3 weeks ago, there was a tragic event, which is now being called the Okuso Incident. Okuso Incident? What's that all about? One of our ships in the Irvis sector accidentally fired on and shot down a Kalimnian colonization ship. What? That's horrible. There is a race to colonize the planets in that sector, and relations between the two nations have been at the breaking point. Now this incident happens. Such a tragic mistake, and it couldn't have come at a worse time. Colonel Sanders. It's future Colonel Sanders. Alright, now you've told us about the Fokuso incident, but that doesn't necessarily have to lead to war. It sounds like something that could have been solved at the diplomacy level. Of course, that's what the Nova Nacian government wanted. But then yesterday, Kalimnos made a shocking announcement. What did they say? They named Neoptolemos Bactria, the head of the state of the Kalimnos cluster. They laid claim to a certain area of the Irvis sector. Here, I'd like you to take a look at this map. The green area shows Nova Nacian planets, which are the planets we discovered. The red area shows the planets under Kalimnian possession. But then yesterday, Bactria suddenly claimed possession of the whole area, at the center of the galaxy, drawing a line from CL665 to CL617, and declaring ownership of everything within that line. In other words, Kalimnos is claiming ownership of all the planets inside of this so-called Bactria line. But wait a minute, don't some of those planets inside the line become Nova Nacian? Precisely. Kalimnos sent fleets to those two Nova Nacian planets, and now they're under Kalimnian control. Apparently all the people who immigrated there to take part in the terraforming projects have been locked up. Kalimnos is continuing to send fleets to the Irvis sector, and to counter them, the Nova Nacian military has now decided to smash the 4 divisions of the National Defense Space Force as well. If they do that, there really is going to be a war. But you wanted Kalinos and Nobunashi to coexist in peace. That's why I sent Katita, isn't it? Captain, you can't turn back the hands of time. Nobody can. And we can't simply hand that entire sector over to Kalimnos with all its rich inhabitable planets. But if we're talking about war here, what can we do to help? It's natural for a nation in a situation like this to turn to cooperation of pirates and other mercenary ships for help. And if a capable captain like you would agree to side with Nobunashi, your help would be especially appreciated. Well, of course, I didn't expect to make a decision like this lightly. Please take some time to talk it over with your crew. Think about it for a while. That's all I have to say for now. I'll be looking forward to your answer. Yuri, why don't we go to the tavern to talk? You can make a decision after that. Sounds like a good plan. Oops. Yuri, are you angry? You haven't even said a word. I'm not angry. I just really hate this. I mean, a war between small Magellanic Cloud nations when the Nugovalian fleet is on its way? It's just so stupid. I think the Kalimnos and Nobunashi know about the Nugovalos. Well, they gotta at least know that Elgava is putting together a fleet at the perimeter. They must have gotten some kind of idea about the situation through diplomatic routes. The question is, how seriously are they taking this news? I guess we can answer that ourselves by looking at how they're acting. I guess the threat of a neighbor is a lot more real to them than a huge army that's far away. Yeah, with Yuri. It's totally stupid. So what do we do, Yuri? I just checked it out, and Kaliminos is recruiting pirates and private ships too. Must be what Ensign Papa's communication was all about. I agree. I think we should pick a side to cooperate with. Want to cooperate? Are you serious? Want to participate in a war? Just stand back and do nothing, and won't be able to change anything. But if we're on the inside, maybe we can find a way to end it faster. We want to try to stand to the Govalos together. But to limit these casualties as much as we can. Do you think we can influence the outcome? Just us? To be honest, I'm not really sure, but we have to at least try. It's better than not doing anything at all. Well, gotta admit, I haven't really wrapped my head around how big the enemy Lugovalos is just yet. Can't just be fighting amongst ourselves when somebody's threatened to attack the small Magellanic Cloud. Well, when I first traveled into space, I knew what I might be getting myself into. I'm still a little scared though. I'll support whatever the captain decides. Me too. That's what we want to do, Yuri. Thanks, everybody. Okay, let's decide which side we're going to fight on, and then tell Mr. Lenko. So I'm guessing there's going to be like must be a split path here, because clearly we can choose either side, right? So... let's make a separate save here. Not that it'd be like reloading or anything, but just in case. Lenko greets the party with a warm smile. Well, I can tell by the look in your face that you've reached a decision. Now then, what is your answer? Answer is... going to support... yeah, I might as well do Nova Nasia. You are? Really? Overjoyed, Yosepo Lenko grabs both of Yuri's hands in his and shakes them enthusiastically. can't tell how happy this makes me. I thank you personally from the bottom of my heart. No problem, but what exactly would you like us to do now? First of all, you'll have to get yourselves ready, of course. Here is 10,000 G to help you out. Once you've gotten yourselves equipped, I'd like to go to the planet Ermeno in the Irvis sector. That's where our joint headquarters are, so please go there to get your next instructions. Arrange for you to be able to use all the design companies in the sector, including Lanco WM headquarters. Alright, thank you, sir. I have a favor to ask of you, too. You do? What is it, my boy? Assume you know about the foreign fleet that's approaching the small Magellanic Cloud as we speak. What? How did you know about? The Kevin government is seriously underestimating their strength, but they pose a threat to this entire galaxy. That's why I'm asking you to please help towards working towards peace, that we can stand against them together. During the course of this war, I hope you'll be able to find a chance to help to end it quickly. Yeah, well, this team here is, I mean, they have like this LMC weapon thing, so obviously they're gonna have like new ships and new weapons probably. Yes, alright. Thank you, I guess we'll be going now. Shinico told me all about you. You're welcome to purchase anything here you need. New battleship, nice. New cruiser. Got plenty of money now, so should be able to build some pretty OP ships, I assume. Why does this place not have a spaceport, by the way? They're dealing with the bulk of the crew's issues. For the ones who wanted to disembark, I paid them for their salaries and let them go on their merry ways. Thanks, Ian. So how many got off? About half of the Colombian members of the regular crew left. Where do you replace them? Only half, huh? I thought it'd be more. What was that announcement you made earlier? You really explained your position well and communicated your sense of purpose. I've heard quite a few people say that it convinced them to stay. They say that they said that they were Colombians, yes, but that they were members of this ship's crew first and foremost. Really? I'm glad, but I hope I don't end up letting them down. Better not let them down. All these people are counting on you with their lives. You're right. I can't ever forget that. That's one problem is like all these upgrades I've been getting for this ship here. Maybe a new battleship might not be as good. More gauge speed, please. Where's all the damn spaceports? Alright, now we can bridge level 2, navigating bridge level 4 and 7? It's weird. We go from like 4 to 7, whereas like 5 and 6. Radio room level 5, hangar level 3, hold level 3, cruise mess, battle sim room, science lab, thruster. Get them all. Marshal Palmo sitting in the back of the tavern, quietly working on his mobile terminal. Doing some research for Mr. Palmo? Oh, hello, Captain. Yes, I was looking at the specs for the latest steering system. Being an engineer, I know that we have the right power supply for the steering system. Just won't perform maximum efficiency. You seem to know a lot of your stuff, Pasho. Well, I've been an engineer for quite a while now. Well, we don't want to bother you. We'll leave you to it. Thanks, I appreciate that. Navignacio and Kalimnos both talk about how much they want to see the Irvis sector. They're pretty much destroying it with all their fighting. Yeah, you're right. But they got their priorities all mixed up. Guess they think they'd rather destroy it than let the other ones get it. It's pretty stupid if you ask me. Sturdy Calvins, 120 years ago, used military force against Navignations. People who just lost their homeland in disaster. Haven't changed a bit in this time. Still the same barbaric savages. So now we're using him as a leadership. He's got good navigation now. They got like those extra points. Oh, actually, what spot is he in? Okay, he's a helmsman. Is he better than this guy now? It's 21. No, still, yeah, keep him there. Need to find a shipyard so I can actually build my damn ships. They have here first. Got fighters. Let me buy these. Alright, what can you do? You have a carrier. Not a big fan of doing the carriers. The new battleship. Enemy specials. This one is a super long range special. Alright, so compare this to this one. Oops. This one definitely has better anti-air. It's got better cruise speed. Battle speed is not as good. It's got better mobility. It's got less durability and less armor. Might have better weapons right off the bat. This one here's got pretty good anti-ship. It's the last one, but... Oops. How big is it? I can say maybe it's a little smaller, but it does have more height, so... Let's buy it. All sales will have... Can replace our, one of our, destroyers with it. Necessa. What kind of weapons does it start with? Level 1. I don't got any new weapons, like, at all. I do have laser 3s now, or medium laser 3s. Better accuracy, better maximum range. This one, yeah, we don't have the large versions of those, but we have a de-vessler. Those have missiles. Yeah, we have a lot of new weapons. Looks like. I don't know how new weapons happen. They just happen. It's all of a sudden it's like boom. Here's a bunch of new weapons. So this one can fire it 3 times. Better accuracy than the dual laser version. Slightly less maximum range. Solid ammo, multi-attack. These ones for 160. Their accuracy obviously sucks. Solid missiles. Can also go with an anti-air thing if we need to, but we got fighters, so. MRVs 90×2 with really good accuracy. So if we compare this to this one here, this would technically do more damage, but accuracy on this means it's going to hit more often. These on. Some really expensive weapons, by the way. 12,000 so far weapons. Put some like anti-aircraft if where you really want to, but. Times 3. Here. Alright, what we got? Maybe I should check this first. It's a lot of crew capacity that they need to throw in there, so that's concerning. Maybe we could just let's clear all that first of all. Reset. No. Clear all. Alright, so man, only 220 is the base crew on this one. It's rough. Speed of +9 is nice. Yeah, room level 4. Quite as good cruise speed, metal speed as the 3, but gives us a lot more room to throw other shit in there. So give us, I mean, really be able to put a 4x4 in there. This one I'd be able to put like a 2x2, so probably do more with a 4x4, so that's fine. Alright, so let's make sure we can do crew first, so let's get crew out of the way. Where's my crew? So best crew cabin right now. It's 60 crew for like a 4x4. How many of these do I need? One more of those. It takes a lot of the extra space. Like a lot of the space we have for like potentially other things, kind of annoying. Experience boosting rooms, I care less about those. Man. 3x3. Already have this on my other ships, so I don't really need that. Mercy would always be good, but I don't really have anywhere to put these. I can squeeze this one in here, but it's +2. Is that really going to help me? Battle speed, mobility. Navigating bridge 3. Gauge speed by 2. But the last thing I could squeeze in there. Put this thing in there. Not quite sure what the captain bonus and fleet bonus really do, but so it's second bridge level 2. Here. $25,000, Jesus. Expensive ship. I mean, this is just the add-ons cost me more than the actual ship itself. But this one's still like better in general. Got like way more armor, all because of all like the different stuff I added on there. So technically, it probably has better weapons for this one, I should say. All right, back. Yeah, add-ons make a big difference. Yes, this one's basically better than this one. Story equipped. Nice, we get like an extra. Hopefully we get an extra slot soon. More battleship space. Don't forget the gold leaf on the toilet seat. Gold leaf on the toilet handles there. Alright, just make a save after all that shit. It's like we weren't having a hard time at all with battles, so I don't think. I mean, this will give us more power, but are we suddenly going to be like doing better? I mean, we're already basically one-shotting most ships, so. Alright, where are we going? We're supposed to go, that's Dello there. Can we even go? No, we can't go to the void gates or anything. Fringe? The Fringe Nebula? It's beautiful. I mean, I'm sure most nebulas are fairly cold. 300 gold, man, that was worth that trip. Illustrating the tense situation of affairs, military vehicles come and go from the central Nova Nation base non-stop. There's no way they're ever going to let us in here. Wait, where are we supposed to go, actually, story-wise? I thought this was where we're supposed to go. Oh, yeah, we go about the fighters. If those new fighters I got are any better. Oops. Strikers, interceptors. I mean, I might as well stick with the all-in-ones here. Multi-rolls. Did we get new hangers, by the way? Level 3. Oh man. Barely better, like, get like 8 fighters versus 6. I mean, put 2 of these down, you got 12 fighters. That basically takes the same amount of room as a 8 fighter hangar. So level 3 is kind of shitty. Level 4 is probably going to be like maybe the same thing, but maybe a 2x3 or something. Definitely, it's a skip on that one. Alright, not sure where we're supposed to go, but we can go to that void gate, so it's probably where we need to go. Let's try our new stuff. You can like two-shot these things, so the fact that I didn't two-shot them there, they're clearly better ship. Maybe that destroyer was better. Tiredness is going up a little more though, because I didn't have a spot for a mess hall. This sector, huh? At least this part of it still looks pretty safe. I feel this strange undercurrent, as if there's some kind of disturbance in space. Great, she's force sensitive. Huh? I can't explain it. I just have a bad feeling. Interplanetary Union will gov a capital planet. Blah 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 blah. President Subarov, the assembly of the interception fleet of the frontier is nearly complete. I'll be joining them in 3 days to command, and then we'll move out to meet the Lugovalian fleet as it arrives. What was it, 5,000 ships? That's right, sir. 5,087 ships to be exact, sir. I see, very good. I'm sure the Lugovalians will be quite impressed when they see what's waiting to greet them. Heh. Yes, and one look at those barbarians will surely prostrate themselves for us, sir. But we mustn't forget, these people will eventually be forced to become our loyal citizens. But remember to always treat them with the tolerance and benevolence that one would expect of a great nation like ours. Yes, sir. During my absence, Deputy Defense Minister Narciso will be taking over my duties. Although with things as they are between Novo Ignacio and Kalymnos at the moment, that there'll be any national threat to us. Yes. Just let those two fight it out between themselves for a while. Yes, sir. Universe Sola, or Minnow, Mabaro, or Najibaro. $1.25 million something or other. Blah, blah, blah. Man, this stuff goes too fast. German Olmo. What are Kalymnos' movements? Don't appear to have enough capacity for an offensive right now. I don't think they'll be making any big moves anytime soon. Being deployed all along the Vectra lane, doing such long supply lines must be taking its toll on them. So I guess we'll just wait until it's time to launch Stella Lumo. Well, it does an American game. So of course they use miles. And they use, like, they were, like, discussing the temperature before they were using Fahrenheit. It was, like, 98 degrees. It's, like, so hot in here. It's 98. It's like, let's hope that's not Celsius. That's right, sir. This one's only got, like, 15 million people. It's tiny. Let's see, the carrier Majesta is moored to this planet right now. Our Captain Velso will also lay those Kalymnians out to dry. Ignacio and Kalymnos both talked about how much they want Irvis sector. They're pretty much destroying it with all their fighting. Yeah, you're right. It's like they got their priorities all mixed up. Assuming that joint headquarters is where we need to go. Oh, we're in chapter 7 now. Make an extra save. Go to Nabaharo. The Cryos Nebula. Mission Nebula, a cloud of ionized hydrogen gas that emits red light. This nebula appears to be forming massive stars. Stars emit high energy protons. From Earth, the same phenomena can be observed. You too can be famous if you observe nebula. Boilers freeze at different temperatures and different pressures. Yeah, but, you know, Celsius is like nice and easy when you're looking at standard pressure, like sea level pressure, right? 0 degrees and 100 degrees, super easy. Like it's not like 32. Like what is 0 degrees in Fahrenheit? What is that even? What's 100 degrees in Fahrenheit? Like there's no 100 degrees in Fahrenheit. I guess is probably that's probably the original what they assume the temperature of like human bodies were, which of course it's a little below that, but it's probably something like that. And 0 degrees is what? Fahrenheit scale is just weird. Zero is cold, yeah. Yeah, but so, I mean, Celsius is simple, right? Water freezes at 0, water boils at 100 at standard pressure. Like sea level pressure. Like, nice, easy scale. Fahrenheit is just, it's like anything in Imperial system. It's just nonsensical. But it's just one of those things that just, over time, you know, so it gets passed down, people are just used to it. People don't like change. A lot of foreign units have gathered on this planet for the war against Kalimnos. I guess they'll know which basket they ought to put their eggs in, yeah? I don't have any business here right now. Sephiroth Odysseus, thank you so much for the 37 freedom units. 37 months of awesome support. Thank you so much for that. So what's 37 freedom units in like normal units? There's more room between hot and cold. Yeah, that's another thing that's weird too, is like measurements, right? You're using like fractions of an inch instead of decimal places. It's like 3/4 of an inch, 7/16 of an inch. It's like, what? How about like, you know, 10.3 centimeters? Like, how much easier is that? 10.3 centimeters, which is like 103 millimeters, because, you know, it's just metric. You don't have to use any weird fractions. Like, how many feet are there in like or how many inches is there in a mile, right? If you somehow needed to calculate that, I was like, alright, there's 12 inches in a foot, there's God knows how many feet there is in a mile. I'm sure you guys know that off the top of your head, but try to do the math of like converting inches to miles, right? 5,280 feet in a mile. Yeah. So 12 times 500 or 5,280. So figure that out off the top of your head, right? In metric, it's easy. Like, if I want to convert from like centimeters to kilometers, it's like 100 times 1,000. Boom, 100,000 centimeters in the kilometer. It's done. Metric, too easy. Like in Canada, it's weird, right? We use a combination of metric and imperial. Like usually when we measure anything, when anything has to do with the body, we tend to use imperial. Like, you know, we usually measure ourselves as like our height in feet or our weight in pounds, that kind of stuff. But then when we measure other stuff, it's usually in metric. So we obviously distance, we use metric for the most part, unless you're talking about like, if you're talking about like the area, like usually we're going to talk about the square footage of a house, for example, versus like the you know, the square meters or whatever. So we use a mix of both, mainly because of, you know, our neighbor, or else everything would be pure metric, I'm sure. Joint HQ. Ah, Yuri, you made it. Well, probably there's the square of your house. Captain Valso, we're facing a difficult situation out there, but we military men must live up to whatever challenges we fate. Captain, I thought you were hoping to coexist with the Kalimnos. I still do. But it's like a long-held dream that's yet to come true. Now, before we start working together, there's something I'd like you to meet. He's a potential crew member. Do you mind? Another crew member? Yes, I'd very much like for you to use him on your crew. Ensign Latero, would you please step forward? Yes, sir. I'm Ensign Antonio Latero. It's a pleasure to meet you. No centimeter sounds impressive, girls that don't know metric. That is true. Things definitely sound bigger in metric. Same here. He's an exceptional engineer. I'm sure you'll find him very useful. Yes, my engineering skills are very well known, but you can count on me to do a top-rate job. Just come out and say it. You're here to keep an eye on us. Spy? Yeah, I mean, just think about it. You aren't gonna let us go round footloose and fancy-free in the middle of a war. You gotta have someone on board to make sure we're acting in their best interests. Oh, I get it. Haha. Come on now, we both know it's necessary. You can't blame me for trying to put it in a more pleasant light. Nah, upfront and straightforward is always the best if you ask me. Let me know how to respond to that. Come on, Nia. I don't mind. Welcome to the crew, Ensign Latero. At your service, Captain. So what would you like us to do? There are two operations for which I'd like for you to support. One entails wearing down the enemy's military power by harassing the front of the base on the planet Nabarro. The other involves severing the enemy's supply line. Operation starts on the planet Universala. Confirm your assignments at the operation headquarters before you begin. Ensign Latero can act as a go-between with the personnel at each base. Okay, we'll give it our best shot. That's all I can ask. My carrier is the Majesto. We'll be stationed on the planet for the time being. You can talk to me anytime you deem it necessary. Alright, let's see y'all. Latero is good in maintenance. Let's throw them on the engines. Let's get better maintenance. What's my mechanics looking like? 24. Could put Radomir on the engines. Yeah. New sending has no place in international warfare. Effectively sapping the enemy's strength and severing the supply lines is the surest road to victory. Such small steps in big wars. I want you and your crew to listen carefully to the orders of each base. Execute your missions based on them. Let's go to the supply thing first. Sever the supply lines. Brody enters the strategy room at Universal base, and Antonio Latero asks the official in charge of the assignment. As they wait, and obviously not a soldier by the way he was dressed, begins talking to them. Hey, you the guys from the Borod? This guy's creepy looking. Which one is the captain? Yuri? I'm Yuri. Huh. Yeah, can I help you? What about you? You're younger than I thought you'd be, though. They say you and Selena Siofas brought down the spiderweb together. So I guess must be pretty damn good. And who are you? Oh, sorry about that. Didn't introduce myself yet, did I? My name is Yanni Pavlov, and I'm one of the Kreos' pirates left over from your campaign against them. What? Yuri instinctively squares off, but Yanni Pavlov just smiles at him good-naturedly. Haha, you relax, buddy. Not holding any grudges. We won, we lost. It's as simple as that. So you joined up with the foreign mercenaries helping the Nova Nation forces, huh? I guess that means we're going to be allies for a while then. But aren't you a Kalimnian? Yeah, you can tell, huh? Yeah, I'm from a little podunk resource planet called Dodecanese. It was so boring. I just got out of there way back when I was a kid. Now you're fighting on your own homeland? Not really. I don't really think of it as my homeland. I guess the place I really feel at home is on my ship. That's more or less the way it is with us spacefarers. Hey, I bet you know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, I get your drift. This could turn out to be a pretty sweet gig, you know? I just used up all my money remodeling our ship. Now I've got to earn it all back. Okay, I've got our assignment. Our task is to attack enemy transport units around the Kalimnian planet CL-617. CL-617? Isn't that a Kalimnian territory? That's right. That's why we have to be extra careful about who we target. Our main fleet isn't there, but I hate to think what would happen if we run into any other big backup fleets. Yeah, well, if it gets too dangerous, I guess we can always just run. That would be my recommendation. It'd be a shame for an elite engineer like myself to die on some foreign battlefield. Well, they want us to shoot down at least 4 transport ships, he said. Got it. Maybe there's just another, like, screen over here. Yuri, I'm detecting a Kalimnian fleet, 1 transport ship and 2 escorts. Alright, let's start the operation. All hands prepare for anti-ship combat. Our target is the enemy transport.
Enemy Unit 3.
$3,000. We did it. Now all we have to do is shoot down 3 more transport ships and the mission will be a success. 3 more, huh? You keep your guard up. It's enemy territory after all. Yeah, believe me, I know. We're pouring over ships.
Enemy.
No, nations are just plain cowards. That's all there is to it. They attack civilian transport ships and make us ordinary folks living here in the urban sector suffer. Guess they know they can't win fair and square, so they gotta resort to dirty tactics like this. Never come up against the Kalymnos forces before, but I've heard how solid defenses are. It's true. We're trying to develop weapons and get past their ships out of mass armor somehow, but I guess it's too late for that now. Guess they got engineers of your caliber working for them. It doesn't surprise me that we couldn't make it in time. I guess our only hope is to maneuver our way in. Hey, Yuri, what's the hold up, Slowpoke? Pavlov? I'll see you later. I gotta earn me some money. Better hope I don't make all the big ones from you. Well, that's one fast ship. It's really got those engines souped up. Damn, can't let him beat us up. Can we go any faster, Yuri? Jeez, Nia, calm down. If we try to keep up with them at that speed, our engines would burn up. No cruise. That guy really makes me mad. It's like we're in a race or anything. Let's just relax and take this at our own pace, okay?
Enemy unit. Enemy. Enemy unit 4.
That makes 4 ships. I should do it for the mission, huh? Good. We should wreak a lot of havoc with the enemy supply line. All those battles are recorded in the archives. All we have to do is go to the base in Universe Sola and collect our reward. That's weird. What is? The Pavlov guy. We got into the sector before we did. It's where the Roo says he. Hey, yeah, that's a good question. Kira, can you track his ship? I'll do a search. Oh, look, Nia, I found something. Over, Kira. Looks like he has an anti-tracker equipped. But he can't escape our ship's search operation abilities, or capabilities. Ha! That's funny. Starlane isn't on the charts. Must have found some bypass route. Looks like he's going deep into the enemy territory. Sounds pretty crazy to me. Does he even know what he's doing? Who knows? I guess he's going after the really big prey. But if he winds up dead, it's not going to really matter, is it? Yuri, there's a ship putting out a distress signal up ahead. Distress signal? Hey, ain't that Yanni Pavlov fellow's ship? He thought he was gonna bag himself some big prey, but it looks like he got bagged himself. Come on, let's go pick him up. Kira, pull up alongside him. Hold on, we got ships approaching. It's a Kalinian fleet. One of them is a big one. Hot damn. Should we make a run for it? Just leave Halo in there. We stay and fight. If he joins my party, whatever. I still have a lot of positions to fill in my ship. Or if we'll get to the point where we'll actually have, like, more characters than we have spots for. We're back. Polo was just fine too. Thanks, Torlo. Oh man, hello. Look at you. Your face got all messed up. Oh no, that's low. My faces always look like this. Thanks for coming to my rescue though. I was just about to run out of air. Colonians knew I was in their regular soldiers, so they didn't bother to pick me up. The laws of navigation during wartime. Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, hey, think you could tow my ship in too? Are you kidding me? Did you see it? It's nothing but scrap metal now. Cruz, I was afraid of that. In that case, do you think I take me on as a crew member? Got a pretty good reputation. Wouldn't mind working for you for a while. What do you say? It's fine by me, but it may not be exactly what you're looking for. Not worried about that. Hey, it's a goose of a lot better than nothing, right? Alright then, welcome aboard. By the way, Yuri, found some blueprints in the transport ship we shot down. Blueprints, huh? One of them is just for a regular old mess hall module, but I can't make heads or tails out of the other one. Yuri looks at the data plate. The Torlo Adkin hands to him. It contains what appears to be a set of module blueprints. Well, these are quite impressive. You know what they are, Professor? Indeed I do. They're blueprints for a deflector unit, and a new advanced design of that. Deflector unit blueprints? Wonder what they have these for. Deflector 4 module. Can't go to Byzantium, can't go to Los Lesbos.
Enemy u- Enemy unit. Enemy.
You gotta work. It's good for navigation. Decent for combat, but it's not like we ever do melee, so navigation it is. Let's. $26. 22, same level as this guy. Got something called Ace Helmsman. Maybe I should put him in the Helmsman position, since they're both the same skill level anyways. This guy's called Star Engineer. I want to put him in, like, engineering. But he's got better navigation than maintenance. I wish I knew what the hell these, like, special skills were. That's one thing that kind of irks me about this. It's like you have all these skills and there's no way of really knowing what the hell these do. This is part of the Inter's strategy room, and Tono Lataro calls over an official. Ensign Lataro has given me the full report on your assignments. Verified everything in your battle records, so here's your reward. 2,000. I was getting like 4,000 every time I was shooting down one of those ships. Thank you very much, Captain. Hope you continue to lend our forces your support. Meanwhile, in orbit above the Zvengorod. Blah 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 blah. Defense Minister Fomic, welcome to the Breve. I'm here to welcome you on behalf of the Fleet Admiral Melishev, sir. Thank you. It's a fine vessel, quite worthy of the name flagship. Admiral Melishev, I'd be very pleased to hear that you think so, sir. Now even more, the universe will know the prestige and dignity of the interplanetary unit of Elgava. It will be a good trip. If I may, Defense Ministers Fomic, sir, I still don't know the military power of the Ligobolian Empire for certain. I think we need to be extremely cautious. What's this? Captain Novikov, you make it sound as if you have no faith in Elgava's strength. I'm only saying. Commander Vladimir is right, Captain Novikov. You can't remember your pride befitting an Elgavan officer. You may soon find yourself outranked by Commander Vladimir here. Yes, sir. Five seconds later, they're just space dust. Planet Nabarro, satellite Monarchoro. Blah, 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 blah. God, this auto-scroll stuff is way too fast. We appear to have an atmosphere. There's a large cavity beneath the surface of Nabarro. We made use of this cavity by filling it with air and setting up a residential area there. Sounds rather stifling to me. It's really not. Geothermal energy makes it warm all year round. Its soil's rich in nutrients. Crops grow really well there. That's why they started large-scale colonization as soon as the planet was discovered. Now there's nearly 2 million Nova nations living in there. Very impressive. Kind of weird how in Nabarro we build our colony inside of the cavity, isn't it? Thanks to the starlight power generation, we have some pretty efficient agriculture here. Many of the people who work on the Nabarro base appear to be civilians. This gives the base a somewhat different atmosphere from typical military installations. All these people don't look like military to me. That's right. This is actually a Project Stella Luma facility. And the military is just using part of it as its base. Project what? Stella Lumo. It's a project to utilize Nabarro's double fixed star for large-scale starlight power generation. Huh? It's been a while since in the Taro. Narita. Rita Tejloro. Man, these names. I thought you were assigned to a fleet. It was. Then they brought me to Project Stella Lumo here as a controller. It actually suits me very much better than the ship life ever did. I'm sure it's great to see you. After all this time, Marita. Hey, he seems totally thrilled there. Really? You flatter me. Mission Lataro. Who is this? Well, let me introduce you. Ensign Marita Tejloro, another engineer. We used to work at the same division. How do you do? I've been assigned to your liaison here. Huh? I thought you were on the project team as a controller. Well, this is basically just a colony planet. It doesn't really have a strategic value. That's why I and most of the posted here have multiple duties. Oh, alright then. The men in my old engineering division were so taken with Marita. When I found out she was being transferred, I nearly told her exactly just how as in the Taro? Oh, how was it? Where was I? Never mind. Now then, allow me to explain your assignment here with us. In short, what we'd like for you to do is help reduce the enemy's capacity. It's like us to just bring down as many Calamian ships as we can. No, your mission is more specific than that. I want you to focus on battleships. In other words, Palace-class and Yanthi-class ships. Confirm that several enemy battleship units have been deployed in the vicinity of CL-665. I'd like you to help alleviate this problem by defeating 3 battleship units. 3? It's easy for you to say. I apologize. Those are the orders from General Staff Headquarters, I'm afraid. Oh, by the way, we've also received word that the enemy has hired on the infamous pirate, Mishijo Abato. Please use the utmost caution. Mishijo Abato? You heard of him, Nia? Heard of him? He's always up to the top of the rankings. A real old-school pirate. This could get really ugly. Yes, I've heard of his reputation as well, so do be careful. That's it. Do be careful. All calm and cool like that. But Taro, your friend here, isn't exactly the warmest gal in the universe, is she? What? I beg to differ. Rita is a kind, sweet girl. Yeah, whatever. Well, all we can do is give it our best, so let's get ready to go. What if we run into this Abato fellow? We fight him, the best of our ability. Or if we find out he doesn't have a chance in Groose against him, then we run. Huh? The old Yuri would never say anything like that. Yuri is a Calamian fleet straight ahead. 3 ships, and one of them is a Palace-class battleship. Alright, all hands prepare for anti-ship. Don't underestimate the enemy's firepower.
Enemy Unit 3.
Which is this gonna hurt? Ow.
Enemy Unit 1.
Phew, looks like we pulled it off somehow. Amazing. Absolutely incredible. Really even more amazing than I thought you'd be. Now just 2 more battleships. Let's take care of this quickly. Oh boy, it's easy for him to say. massacred us there. You're doing badly here.
Unit 1.
These friggin' barrages there, what the hell? Good thing I went back and saved. Jesus. EMP. That's one of the story ones.
And enemy unit.
Middle-aged man. Huh? Septro. Johanno Septro, is that you? Middle-aged man, a middle-aged man spots Johanno Septro behind Yuri and calls him out to him fondly. Septro looks confused for a moment and breaks into a smile and approaches the man. Hey, is that really you? Del Fenno? It's been a while, like forever. Aha, it's been a long time, hasn't it? What you doing to yourself these days? This captain here gave me a job on his ship. Captain, this is my old pal Del Fenno. Taught me everything I know about being a zero-G dog. Oh, did you? You must be really skilled yourself, if that's the case. He is. Del Fenno's got some serious skills. What are you up to these days, old man? Well, let's take a look at this. Huh? Fenno shows them his legs, and Septro looks down at them, puzzled. Then Septro's eyes open wide in astonishment. Huh? What the crew's happened to your legs, Del Fenno? Septro is practically shrieking in horror and disbelief. Well, it's kind of embarrassing to say, really. I had a little accident and lost control of my ship. Next thing I know, both my legs were gone from the knees down. I don't have the money to pay for the regeneration. I was gonna say, like, can you just regenerate stuff considering we just regenerated an eye? It's just expensive. It's been kind of tough to find a good job since then. Can't believe this. Hey, why don't I give you the money? 500 G or so ought to be enough, don't you think? Let's see. Petro feels around his pockets for a while, but then finally stops, looking crestfallen. Sorry, I don't have anything on me. To be honest, I usually drink my salaries right up, as soon as I get it. I'll pay for it, Septro. You mean it? Sure. You can make up for me. Make it up to me by working extra hard. Hey, don't I always work hard? There, now you can get your regeneration treatment, Del Fenno. You'll be back to being a happy zero-G dog in no time. Thank you, Septro. Thank you, young captain. I'll never forget this. Head bow, Del Fenno thanks Johanno, Septro, and Yuri over and over again. 50 extra fame. There's always Delfino's in the corner in the tavern, boozing it up. Hey, come on, Delfino. Go get your regeneration treatments already. A guy like you belongs out there in the sea of stars, right? Yeah. I'm just gonna have one more drink, and then I'm going, I swear. Oh, there goes the 500G we just gave him. After listening to this exchange, Turtle Adkin whispers to Yuri. Hey, Yuri. Now that the guy has his G, it doesn't seem like he's all that interested in seeing the sea of stars anymore, does it? I was thinking the same thing. He just used poor Septro, didn't he? Now the battles around here have died down for a while. Maybe I can finally get in touch with my family again. I sure do miss them. There's a war going on. Doesn't seem to be all that much tension in this sector. Yes, well, it's pretty far away from the front line after all. Sure ain't gonna put a quick end to this war by hanging around here. Bet neither Nova Nacio or Calumnus wants a long drawn-out war. We can come up with a really decisive strategy. I'm sure Calumnus will quickly lose the will to fight. Decisive strategy, eh? Got any specific ideas? What? I don't know. Some new battleships? Or a few fighters, maybe? Talking about battleships and stuff, then we get like some new modules we got to check. So I'll have to go back to the should have saved there. It's an enemy vessel ahead. One of them is a big one. See what kind of ship it is, Kira? No, sorry. I'm looking, but it doesn't come up. There's one of Kalumnos' new ships. What do you want to do here? Well, it's a battleship, right? In that case, we're going in. But we don't have any intel on that ship. It's nothing new for us, Kira. Have the hands prepared for anti-ship combat. Roger. It's 5 against 1. Shit. Weird when they put the big ships in the front row, though. Damn it, this new battleship is a monster. I can't believe the defenses it has. The funny thing is, its lasers are actually pretty weak. That is odd. It's not a very balanced design. Maybe because it's just a prototype? I don't think they'd send a prototype of an raging battle zone like this to test it. Definitely something fishy going on here. Huh. Yuri, enemy backup is approaching. Backup, huh? What kind of ship is it? Can't tell, but it's fast. So fast. Look at it go. It's a big ass beard there. You there, do you read me? This is Captain Michijo Abato. Abato? This is him, is it? For reasons of my own, I'm working with the Colonians at the moment. Who's the captain there? Me, Yuri. I'm the captain. Well, so this is your ship, is it? Well, not for long, sonny boy. They're going down. Hey, here he comes, Yuri. What was the captain's name? Yuri, was it? He's young, but he's good. I'll remember his name now. Get out of here. No, look. Bato's getting away. Let him go. We never catch up to him anyway, as fast as that ship is. What are you talking about? We can still catch him. Go after him right away. Guess we better not. We don't want to get too far off track. What? I'll still catch him, I tell you. Go, go! Can't, Lataro. If you don't cut it out, I'm gonna knock you into Groose. Eep. Just... Anyway, Yuri, I'm borrowing Professor Minas for a little while. Okay, but what for? I'm gonna go check out the new battleship. Phew, a little spacewalking is tough on an old man like me. Haha. What are you talking about, Professor? You did great. That's very kind of you to say, young lady. Welcome back, Professor Minas. Did you find anything out? Yes, that ship was equipped with some extremely powerful deflector units. They were so large, I'd imagine required nearly all the ship's generator output. So that's why the laser output is so weak, huh? Just like Kira said. That's right. This battleship design is just far too unbalanced. I wonder what in the universe their objective was. Excuse me, Yuri. Yes? That makes 3 battleships. If you go to Nabarro base, you can get your reward now. Okay, right. Good idea. Huh? What's with Ensign Lataro, all meek and mild all of a sudden? Maybe Nia scared him when she yelled at him. She does have a defect in people. Did we not get like a new like deflector thing for inspecting that? What did we get? We got like a new, I suppose we haven't got a new shield frame for a while. Yeah, we did get a deflector level 4, which is actually, for me, it's not bad. Yeah, it's actually really nice. Definitely squeeze that in compared to the other deflectors, which are really big and unwieldy. What am I using right now? Let's see. This is the maintenance one. Accuracy. Get speed increase. Attack increase. Ability. Squeeze in. This whole level 2 is the same thing, just better. Tours with the raid! How's it going, Tours? Thanks for the raid. How was Xenogears coming? How's it going, Myru Frost? Welcome, welcome. Welcome to Tetris. Gotta make sure we don't accidentally make it Tetris and delete our entire ship. Do I want to increase my livability? It's the most useful thing here. I don't think increasing the attack range is going to be useful in any way. I mean, none of these are really useful. Let's throw the radar room, I guess. Or not the radar, the mess hall. Level 2. Whoops. Cancel. Story heavy. Almost at disc 2. Well, I'm sure you're aware what happens in disc 2. If you think it's story heavy now, it's going good. Some battles slowly but surely. I want to see if I can get the deflector. on the other ships too. My cruiser. Remove my hangars. This is a shop, which is kind of useless. It increases my livability, I guess. Accuracy. Just increases my crew capacity, which I need. Love almost everything that happens in this too. This too is definitely interesting in that. Rod. Like so many, like, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 extra slots in here, but is there any way of making these better? So this thing here, war room. Okay, this war room is like it's fleet bonus, captain bonus. I have no idea what the hell that is. I doubt this is useful. So let's clear that out and see if we can find something better there. The sheep. Got a battle sim room. Bonus. Ruster. Got a deflector level 2. Just a control room. More mobility. If I put a L shape like this. Anti-air control room, observation room, shield generator. Put a shield generator. And then, oops. We have small that can fit in there. We don't already have. Cruise mess, just increases my fame. Let's see. I could put the smaller engine, but that doesn't really help me much. He's too awkward. It's smaller, but it doesn't really help me much. Unless I put something vertical. If it's vertical, look out. There's not really much vertical I could really do. It's a crew thing. I got more than enough room for, or I got more than enough crew, so I don't really need to. So I can take one of these modules out. Accounting office. I'm not sure what expenses even do. Probably get rid of that and add some, like, more useful things. Put this deflector level 4. If I get rid of the where the other deflector is. Let's get rid of this one here. Deflector level 4. Shield frame for extra armor. Get a navigating bridge level 7. We have our navigating bridges right now. This one here. Put a lookout. Just my attack range and give me a little more cruise speed, I guess. Well, the logical thing would be you're advancing the ship through like a... You're advancing the ship through a an environment that could have like a bunch of like debris or something like that, right? So you don't want to have like a big flat like front. I mean, you could, in terms of like obviously friction, there's no air resistance, so you could have just a big like square, right? But that square is gonna have like, it's gonna get punctured by so much debris in space, micrometeorites and all that stuff, since you're like going forwards. So I think a sleek shape means, you put a lot of armor in the front of the ship, and that'll take the brunt of the impact from going through space. That's my guess, anyways. That's why most science fiction has that style of ship. It's so much, like, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 like slots that I wish I could like make better. I could, but I can't. Like, I could go with like a smaller engine, for example. We can get a level 4 engine room, which would be smaller. And then I would have like an extra 2 slots here. Or if I put it... there, no. I don't know if I have any... What else could I throw in there if I did that? Put cruise mess, which doesn't really have any use. Put accounting office. This one right now is 1414, right? That's the level 4 engine room. Slightly less battle speed, but... wait, why not? One extra slot to use. Control room level 2. Shrunk this down, but I won't have enough room. This I can improve to the level 2 versions, same size. Good damn. Character. I don't have any way to really put this one down anywhere. So right now I have. Oops. One crew thing here. Crew thing here. So basically need 150 extra crew. I don't think I have any easy way of making that better. Fire level 1. Is there a level? I can put the level 2 in there, that one we can squeeze in there. Better. Extra spot taken. Every little thing we can squeeze in, the better. Make as much efficient as we could. Maybe we should be able to like turn something like these ones could be able to turn sideways, but looking at the shape thing, there's never going to be like a sideways L shape. You're going to have just like a straight piece or like that's the smaller variations. It's the only shapes that aren't like something with the T pieces. You can never have like an upside down T piece or anything. Like, I wish there was a way of like rotating these. Kind of feels like they should be. I don't see any options. I mean, clearly not, because these two obviously this would be a rotated version of this, so obviously they don't have a way of rotating shapes, otherwise they wouldn't give you both of these. Same thing with these two here, they would not need to have these two if you could rotate them. But everything else doesn't like these are mirrored versions, so rotating them would be different. So like these three here would be nice to have rotated versions of these three. This one obviously. Oh well. Alright, how much money did we spend? A lot. Gotta make these ships as OP as I can. And then I'll get a new ship thing and be like, damn it, I spent all this money. Now I'm getting rid of this ship. Turn in this quest here, and then that'll be it for us tonight. Party finds Marita Taljaloro in a strategy room with a note. Manual engineering vision, blah, blah, blah. Rita Teljoro checks the battle record disc that Yuri hands to her. After a moment, she looks up, her expression entirely unchanged. I checked your data, and I must say I'm very impressed. And you do great. Just like I said, Yuri's an excellent captain. Here's your reward of 3,000 gold. You know something weird, though. What's that? About that new battleship we fought. The one just on the battle records? I did a note to the report about this too, but it seems some unusually powerful deflector is installed. What do you think it means? Who knows, but I got a bad feeling about it. Think you could report it to the higher-ups for us? Alright, fine. I'll send the information to General Staff Headquarters. Guess that's it for the quests. Okay, missions attend. Right. I guess we go back to the main quests, the main base, but... Oh. Menu sector. The enemy is making its move. This is happening sooner than we thought it would. We decided it would be wiser to go ahead with the strength they have now, rather than wait for more reinforcements. I expect they'll come at us with every ship they have assembled here at once. Looks like our disturbance tactics paid off. In any case, the outcome of this battle will decide the entire course of the rest of the war. Yes, sir. As planned, we'll send first strike fighter as units to quickly demoralize the enemy, and send them out as soon as the enemy is within flight range. That is true. Eat all the chandeliers. So many ships. Enemy fleet has opened fire. They won't hit anything at that range. Admiral, there's an urgent communication from one of our patrol ships in the Beta Quadrant. What does it say? A large number of the enemy's new ships are advancing on Navarro. Navarro? Don't you suppose they know about the project Stellalumo? We don't know yet, but it would say it's highly likely. Oops, it's not even finished yet. What ships can we send to counter them? Pull out any of the battle now, it'll be a debacle. I think our only choice is to send in the mobile units from the back. Right, get the Majesta then. Huh? Yuri, we're getting communication from Captain Velso. Alright, put him on. Ah, Yuri, I caught you. What's going on, Captain? We've got an emergency on our hands. A large number of Kalimnian ships are headed towards the Navarro base. We're on our way, but we'd like you to scramble to intercept them too. Hold on, Navarro isn't a strategically important position. How would Kalimnos? I don't know, but now that's such a crucial battle at the beginning of the front line, I doubt it's a diversionary tactic. In any case, they're starting to position themselves around Navarro's satellite, Monjaro. Please go to Monjaro and intercept the enemy. Alright, we're on our way to Monjaro. But not tonight, we're not. Alright, let's make a save. This one. Alright, let me pause the timer there. So yeah, we'll call it there for tonight. So I'll be back on again tomorrow. I'll be around noon or so. And keep going through this game. I have no idea how far we are in this game. Probably not very far still. The timer is hit. Probably about, I don't know. My guess is we're probably about, probably past the 1/3 mark. Looking at the percentages of the characters and stuff we had. I don't think we're in the halfway mark yet. Because we had like 30-something% last I checked. And we didn't, we had a few new characters, but not that many. So, you know, maybe we'll get to the halfway point tomorrow. My guess is this is going to be a 60-hour game at this rate. At least the percentages we're seeing, unless there's like a bunch of like post-game stuff or a lot of missable stuff. Although I guess there was the split path thing that just happened, so obviously with that, there's a good chance we're not going to be able to see all the characters, right? Because you have to choose between like this one or the other side of the war. So we might get different characters. Almost guaranteed we get different characters. So got to replay the game multiple times to get 100% completion. That's not going to happen. So that's going to skew the numbers a little bit, I guess, but I guess we'll see. So yeah, so back on tomorrow, we'll play some more in this. So let's see who's online there we can rate up before we head out. Close the game for now. So let's see who's online here. It's a capture, I guess. It's online. I got Mr. JRPG playing some Terranigma. So we'll raid him up. We'll go from there. Meantime, everybody have a fantastic night. I'll see you tomorrow for more of infinite space goodness. So, bye for now, guys. I'll see y'all next time.